And welcome to the Invention Licensing Show. I'm your host, David Fedewa, and I'm here to help you license your product. And today is a super awesome episode. It's called Invention Licensing is the New R&D Department. So to jump right into it, the Invention Licensing, the new R&D department. And to give you a little bit of a timeline on how this all came to be was back in 2008, the market crash, the Great Recession, whatever you want to call it, when the economy slowed down and things were difficult. Companies had to get rid of the extra in their company. And so one of the first things that went is R&D departments. The reason being is they looked at it and said, we don't need any new products because things are slowing down. We're not selling as many, we're not selling new products. So first thing to go, research and development, new product development within the company. So when this happened, right, the economy slowed down, we didn't need new products, they didn't need R&D departments, they got rid of them. And so all these people were laid off, they had more time, they had innovation, and so what they did was they started, the people that got laid off started pitching products to companies, thinking, hey, we can get these licensed, we can start to get paid royalties, this is awesome. And so even people that were not product developers, people that were in different categories, just had great ideas, were out there pitching their products. And so through that, companies, when they started coming out of the recession, they needed new products, but they didn't necessarily want to hire on that $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 engineer that would come on and be on staff and develop their new products. But instead, they were getting these submissions from inventors that the products were, hey, these are great products. We don't necessarily have to pay this person a salary. If the product does well, then we end up paying the inventor well, but it really costs us 5%, which is a savings for us. And so the companies were like, hey, this is great. We don't need a high-level engineer. We can just hire somebody to manage this process. And so that's what they did. And so they started getting more and more submissions, right? And they started taking more and more of these products to market. And as they did that and as the economy came back, it kind of established that the companies love this process. We'd rather pay 5% for great products than pay somebody on salary and not necessarily get the value that we wanted out of them. And so that's where and licensing's been around way before that, but this is where it really boomed. And it started becoming the way that companies develop new products. And so they just relied on submissions from inventors. And the more and more submissions they got, the more and more they put on the market. And it became this happy circle, right? Inventors get paid, they get paid their royalties, they love it. Companies loved it because they didn't have to necessarily pay as much to an engineer, and then inventors loved it because they got their 5%, it was passive income. And if the product did well, they did well, and the company did well. It was a great marriage. And so that's what R&D departments and a lot of companies have become, are essentially, they take innovation submissions from the outside and then they bring them to market. And so that's why our job as inventors is so awesome right now, because we get to submit products to companies that are all set up to take our product submission and take them to market for us and pay us a royalty. So this is now the time to get into innovation, because ever since 2008, ever since the economy has recovered, they're taking on more and more and more innovation. So do jump in now, because now is the time to get your product on the shelf and selling and producing royalties. I hope you loved that episode of License Your Invention with David Fedewa. And as you know, I'm always here to help you license your product. If you enjoyed that video, subscribe now or scroll down below and click the link to inventtribe.com to find out more information about becoming a student or just learning more about getting your product on the shelf. The next video is going to be all about how not to fall off your climb to success. Climbing that mountain of success is a long journey, and so I want to show you how not to fall off.